Around 3 a.m., a pair of uniformed figures approached a backdoor in Boston. It was March 18, 1990. St. Patrick's Day celebrations had just concluded, leaving the city quiet. These men, impersonating Boston police officers, gained entry to one of the world's most exquisite private museums, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. What unfolded next remains one of history's most audacious art thefts. The Gardner Museum isn't just a building, it's a meticulously curated world. Isabella Stewart Gardner, a prominent socialite and art collector, designed it to display her vast collection exactly as she intended, even after her death. Her will strictly prohibited any changes to the arrangement. This wasn't a sterile gallery, it was an immersive experience. Masterpieces hung alongside personal letters, antique furniture, and exotic plants. It was a home, albeit one filled with Botticellis, Rembrandts, and Vermeers. This unique setup would play a critical role in the heist. The two guards on duty that night, Richard Abath and Randy Bergonzi, were young, relatively inexperienced. Abath, the primary focus of later investigations, admitted to a momentary lapse in judgment. He let the fake officers in, believing them to be legitimate law enforcement responding to a disturbance. Once inside, the facade dropped. The officers quickly subdued the guards, handcuffing them in the museum's basement. They then spent 81 minutes systematically selecting and removing 13 priceless works of art. Not a single alarm was triggered. Their haul was staggering. 3 Rembrandts, including his only seascape, The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, and a self-portrait. Vermeer's The Concert, one of only 34 known works by the Dutch master. Manet's Chez Tortoni. 5 sketches by Degas. A Chinese bronze beaker. A finial from a Napoleonic flag. The total estimated value of the stolen pieces today? Over $500 million. It remains the largest unsolved art heist in history. The audacity, the precision, and the sheer volume of priceless art taken left the art world and law enforcement stunned. What makes this heist so perplexing is what they didn't take. Many more valuable pieces, like Titian's Rape of Europa, were left untouched. This suggests either a highly specific shopping list or a lack of art expertise among the thieves. The FBI launched an immediate and extensive investigation. Leads were scarce. The stolen art vanished without a trace. Theories abounded, from the Irish mob to international art traffickers, even to a disgruntled museum insider. Richard Abath, the guard who let them in, became a key figure. He passed a polygraph test but admitted to opening the door, a breach of protocol. His movements within the museum, captured on outdated CCTV, were scrutinized endlessly. Was he complicit or merely a victim of circumstance? The thieves, wearing disguises and using false names, left very little forensic evidence. They were professional, but perhaps not as sophisticated as once thought. Some of the stolen frames were found discarded, suggesting a rushed or clumsy removal process. Over the years, the FBI pursued numerous leads. The Boston criminal underworld was a primary focus. Figures like Robert Gentile, a mob associate, were repeatedly interrogated, suspected of knowing the art's whereabouts. He denied involvement until his death. Another prominent theory centered on the Irish Republican Army, or IRA. It was believed the art could be used as a bargaining chip for prisoners or weapons. This theory gained traction due to known connections between Boston's criminal elements and the IRA. The museum itself offered a $5 million reward for information leading to the art's recovery, later doubled to $10 million. It remains the largest private reward ever offered for stolen property. This substantial sum has yet to yield results. The empty frames where the masterpieces once hung remain on the walls of the Gardner Museum. This is a deliberate choice, honoring Isabella Stewart Gardner's will and serving as a constant, stark reminder of what was lost. A silent monument to an enduring mystery. The absence is palpable. Visitors walk through the opulent rooms, past the empty spaces, and are forced to confront the void. It creates a unique sense of melancholy, a feeling that something precious is missing, and perhaps always will be. In 2013, the FBI announced they knew the identities of the thieves, who were part of a criminal organization based in the Mid-Atlantic and New England. They believed the art moved through organized crime circles in Philadelphia and Connecticut. However, this announcement did not lead to the art's recovery. The FBI stated that many of the individuals involved in the theft and subsequent movement of the art were already deceased. The trail, it seemed, had gone cold, or perhaps was intentionally obscured. The nature of the stolen art itself presents a challenge. Masterpieces like the concert are virtually impossible to sell on the legitimate art market. They are too famous, too unique. This suggests they were either held for ransom or by a private collector willing to break the law. The idea of a trophy room collector, someone who simply wants to possess the art for personal viewing, is a persistent theory. These individuals, often wealthy and eccentric, operate outside conventional markets, making detection incredibly difficult. The Gardner heist is a testament to the allure and vulnerability of art. It highlights how even the most secure institutions can be breached, and how easily priceless cultural heritage can disappear into the shadows, perhaps forever. 34 years later, the paintings remain missing. The hope of their return dwindles with each passing year, yet the mystery endures. It's a permanent scar on Boston's history, and a stark reminder that some masterpieces, once stolen, may never truly come home. To explore another baffling theft from history, watch our deep dive into the 1972 United California Bank robbery.